Sit down and watch, then have a talk with Jennifer and Josh.
All right. Hey, guys, it's Josh alongside Jennifer. As you know, we are recapping and reviewing Finding Mr. Christmas Season 2 as Hallmark works to find the next Hallmark leading man. So it's episode 3. Want to let you know at the very beginning, we're not going to give you any spoilers about what happened in this episode. We're just going to give you a recap and our impressions at the end of this episode. We'll give our gold and our coal. So we're going to give a gift for the person we think really knocked it out of the park, and then coal for the person we think necessarily didn't. So let's start, Jennifer. We kick off this episode in the aftermath of the big Drake elimination. What were your thoughts about him going home?
So Drake was like the tall, hunky guy. He was the youngest one of the cast, and he had the really pretty hair that they
Great
were very
hair.
impressed with. Right,
Yes.
great hair. He was kind of a newbie, though, a little, what, young around the ears? Is that a phrase or something?
I think so. A little
Hadn't
wet
really
around the ears.
acted
Yeah.
much. Wet around the ears, thank you. He hadn't modeled much. So I think that was his downfall. Last week, I did not see him going, though. I mean, I knew he
No.
would be at the bottom, but I didn't think he was really worthy of being eliminated last week, which
Yeah.
is the second week in the row that I was like, really? With
Yeah.
who got the axe? What did you
So I
think?
kind of wonder, there's got to be some conversations behind the scenes beyond just what their performance looks like. I think that there
Yeah.
must be doing some audience testing or something that's influencing some of these decisions behind the scenes. I
Well,
don't know.
clearly after who won last season, there's got to be other outside forces involved or
Right?
something.
Exactly.
I'm still Team Elijah, okay?
For
From season
real.
1. We interviewed him on the podcast. He was a delight. I will be hashtag Team Elijah forever. And he didn't
Exactly.
win, so bummer.
Yeah.
Mm.
So back at the house in the aftermath of Drake's elimination, Craig is pretty bummed because he was in the bottom as well. Meantime, Rustin is, glowing because, of course, he's really kind of one of these standout guys, and they're all chatting, and he's talking about, you guys are my lifelong brothers. And I'm like, you've known them for 72 hours at this point, because it's just, they don't shoot these things like an episode a week. They're shooting these like an episode every other day, right? We all know that. So
Yeah. Yeah, the
kind of a big statement.
brotherhood seems to really be amplified, which you do see that on reality TV a lot. If you are truly only talking to and seeing the people who are in a house with you, I can see how you would make those bonds quicker and they'd be a little more amplified. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad for Rustin. Glad he's found some community.
Yeah.
We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
So the bells chime and it's our festive face-off. And if you're new to this series, the early challenge is kind of the mini challenge. It's the festive face-off, and then we get the star quality challenge. So this little challenge involves gingerbread house decorating. And the guys have to come up with an accompanying story. So there's got to be a reason and a connection to something about them for the way that they're decorating their gingerbread house. And Jennifer, I had stress because they only gave these guys 35 minutes to decorate these gingerbread houses. And having done my fair share of store-bought gingerbread kits, I can tell you 35 minutes is not enough time to do a television-worthy job on a gingerbread house kit. Your thoughts?
35 minutes seemed a little obtuse to me.
It
Like,
did.
why not
Like,
30 or
a
45?
little
What
arbitrary.
happened? What was going on in Jonathan Bennett's schedule? He was like, I got 35 minutes. We got to
Move
wrap
it
it
along,
up.
guys. Move it along.
Oh, that was random. They did already have the structure built. And they did all have hot glue guns in their hands. This was not an edible treat. This was using real candy to decorate, but we're using hot glue to maintain it. That is an advantage in and of itself, because I'm telling you, I've done these kits with my children. Mine never stands up because the icing that comes with it's always like crusty, even though it's new. The roof falls in on me, and then I can't even enjoy decorating it because, dadgummit, the thing falls apart and they want to eat it. So if I was purely having to decorate with a glue gun, listen, I used a glue gun a lot in college. I glue gunned my hand to an architectural model once in college, hypothetically speaking. Didn't feel good, but I did it.
Fun fact.
So I would have had a holster. I'd have a hot glue gun on either side. I'd look like Five Goes West in this challenge.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
here we are. Where's Melissa Peterman? Why isn't she here?
Exactly. I wondered the same thing.
I missed her.
Yeah.
her.
Anyway, a few of these guys really had some standouts, I thought. I thought Angels was nice. He kind of went with like a more is more theme, tied it to a story about his single mom. Robbie's, I thought, was pretty good here. He did this whole homage to his drama teacher from his education early on in his life. And then there was one who I thought kind of swing and a miss, and it would be Marcus here. His was really
Yeah.
kind of more about his girlfriend than it was about him. What did you think about the guy's performance in this challenge?
I took a couple notes. Davies was boring, but he did have a peppermint chimney, which I enjoyed. I liked Robbie's school. Rustin's had a theater and like an open ceiling portion. Angel bit off more than he could chew. He was gluing cereal like Fruit Loop shingles, and I was like, bro, you don't have enough time for all that. He was laying
Mm-mm.
shingles down because his mom worked a lot, and so he ate cereal a lot.
Hmm.
So it was sentimental to him. That was a choice.
That was a
So he had
stretch.
shingles on one side, and then the other side, he was just like literally throwing Skittles at it at the last minute. I appreciate it. He completed it, but yeah, he was like, well, I don't know if you all noticed. And they're like, oh, we noticed that you
We
did that.
noticed. Yeah, exactly.
Craig had a rap 1990s house.
Choice.
And yeah, Marcus, it was too much about his girlfriend. And then we also learned that his mom has lung cancer, which I was sad to hear. So I
Yeah,
like that they do sprinkle in real life tidbits and we get to learn a little bit more about these guys throughout, even if it's sad news. I still like it makes them more well rounded and they're not just like hunks, you know?
exactly. Exactly. So Robbie, he's on a bit of a winning streak. He won last week's festive face-off. He won this one too. So
Yeah.
judges
Go
really
Robbie.
liked
Team
his
Robbie.
connection to the drama teacher, the whole 9 yards. So he gets an advantage going into the star quality challenge. And this one I was very excited about, this star quality challenge, because we get a guest judge and it's a Hallmark Hall star in Alison Sweeney. Love
You
Alison Sweeney.
love.
Big fan.
Yeah.
We love the Hannah Swenson series. So she has this whole mystery series on Hallmark Mystery that involve the Hannah Swenson, and she's a baker and she solves mysteries in her spare time, which is just really a lot of fun. We like that
Mm.
series.
I was surprised to see her though, because so far, the first 2 weeks, they were going to have somebody who was going to be in a movie this season, at least. I thought it was the
Yeah.
following weekend, but I think it's just this season.
Yeah.
And she's not in a new Christmas movie this
No,
season.
she's
But
not
I
in
was
this
happy to
season.
see her.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
came galloping in on a horse.
She did, yeah. So the guys have to do this scene with her that involves working with a horse and also kind of leading Allie through this ride and flirting with her along the way, that sort of thing. So Robbie gets extra time as his award for winning the festive face-off, and he really uses that time, I thought, really wisely. He gets comfortable with the horse, gets comfortable with the material, and I thought he did an A-plus job in his scene. Marcus, I thought, also did a nice job here. I thought Gabriel was a little bit flat. What were some of your impressions about the guys in this star quality challenge?
Well, and they all have different levels of experience with horses, right? So
Yeah,
Rustin and
that's the
Logan
big
have
thing.
some experience. Robbie has ridden a couple of times. Davey has not. Marcus had not. So Robbie kills it. I thought Robbie did a great job. Marcus, his horse goes backwards at the very end before the last line. They're like, get out of the line. Like, because Melissa Peterman's here for this. So it's like her and Jonathan Bennett, like, come on, cheering him on. But he pulled it out in the end. Davey was terrified because his mom and grandma have been bucked off a horse. Both of them? That's terrible. But
Terrible
I
luck.
thought he rocked it. Logan, I was underwhelmed with. Angel ad-libbed pretty well. And I thought Rustin was delivering some smolder for sure.
Well,
What about
and
you?
I thought Rustin, he's clearly the smolder king of the season. He's giving me very much kind of like Tyler Hines vibes. I don't know if you're feeling the
yeah.
same thing, but kind of has that same kind of
Absolutely.
energy. So much so that he delivers the payoff line in that scene, and Melissa Peterman breaks the fourth wall and looks at the camera. And I had to go back and watch that part 3 or 4 times because it made me just crack up laughing the way he delivers the line. Because the line he says is, all the guys say it, the line is something like, whenever I see something I want, I don't stop until I get it. And Rustin says that line, and Melissa Peterman's watching this monitor, and she just does this to the camera. She just goes, and it's hilarious the way she does it. I
Yeah,
thought
but they
that
didn't
was
like that
really funny.
Rustin, his hat flew off, and he asked Alison
Yeah.
Sweeney to pick it up, and they were kind of hard on him because, and even Alison Sweeney was like, I was already picking it up. You didn't need to step over me with that. And I was like, I thought he was, trying to just ad lib and make an
Yeah.
awkward moment a little less awkward. I don't know. I didn't fault him for that.
Well, maybe they just have to do something because he is kind of one of these, I think, who is like really outpacing the rest of the pack. So maybe they had to do something to knock him down. But soon enough, it's time for the elimination.
Okay, friends, so as we said at the top of the show, we're not going to tell you who gets eliminated this week and who has to go home for Christmas. Isn't that what they say? You have to take your stocking off the mantle. It's very dramatic.
Yeah.
But we will tell you who we are giving gold and coal to, as we do on our movie recaps. If you're new to us, go watch our movie recaps. We give gold and coal on movies. But this time, it's which guy stood out the most to us and maybe the least. And Josh, you go first. Who gets your gold this week?
So my gold is going to Rustin. I just feel like he really demonstrated his capability of being a Hallmark leading man. I bought it. I bought that scene with him and Allie Sweeney. I could see that in a movie any day of the week on Hallmark Channel. And I think that he's far and above the leading contender at this point. What about you?
I said the same thing. I'm Team Rustin in my notes. I was a little leery to give him gold so far because I was like, well, is it just a one-off? Was it just luck? But he's proven time and time again, 3 episodes in a row, that he can deliver. So I am very optimistic about him. I think he's kind of got the full package. So I think he'll be a contender. What about
so
Cole? And we give the Cole before we know who goes home or anything like that. I make a note before they announce who goes home. So
yeah,
who gets your Cole this week?
So my Cole this week is going to Gabriel, which saddens me. I like the guy, and I think he's got a good heart and a good story. It's just he's sort of falling to the bottom of the pack for me compared to the other guys. And I thought his performance and the star quality felt a little flat to me. So he gets my Cole this week.
Yeah, and his gingerbread house wasn't anything. I don't remember what it was. I didn't take a note on it, which is not good. I think it was a little forgettable.
Yeah.
My Cole is going to go to Logan. And again, I didn't write what his gingerbread house was. I find myself kind of forgetting about him. I think he's getting lost in the shuffle a little bit. So his performance with Alison Sweeney wasn't a standout to me. That concerns me for him. I think they've kind of pigeonholed him as like the magician guy or the wizard guy. And I don't know that that's going to be Hallmark leading man material. So
Well said.
Sorry.
Well said.
Yep.
Hey, either way, this new series, this new season is a whole lot of fun. It's a lot of good laughs, and we're going to be here all season long to watch, recap, and review, and tell us your thoughts. We want to hear from you. Leave a comment. Who do you like? Who are you not so impressed by? Interact with us. You can find links to everything about us on our social media channels at Do You Watch What I Watch, or you can find us online on our website at doyouwatchwhatIwatch.com.
That's right. So that's another episode in the books. Thank you for being here. Special thanks as always to Nick Schwartz for our theme song. Josh, what are we talking about next? Well, I guess next week we'll be back with more episodes of Finding Mr. Christmas.
That's right. That's right. And we've also got a couple brand new movie reviews coming your way. We are chock full of content. It is our busy time of year, and we would love for you to subscribe to us on our social media platforms. And if you enjoy our content, if you do us a favor, a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform would really help us out. Just punch those 5 stars and maybe write a few words as well. Tell us what you like. Also, feel free to tell us what you don't like. We really want this to add value to your day. So if there's something we're giving you that you're not quite a fan of, just let us know and we'll take it under consideration. As you can come to expect from us, however it goes, we're going to have much, much, much to discuss. And until we see you next time.
May your days be merry and bright. Bye, y'all.